Awesome. Unmute yourselves if you have any questions, or yourself, or yourselves, depending on how you're feeling. All right. Come to the front of the mat, feet together. Opening chant, inhale. Vande Gurunam Charanara Vende Sandarashita Svatma Sukhavabode Nishreyase Jangali Kaimane Samsara Hala Hala Mohashanti Abahu Karushakaram Shankachakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim. Om. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, hands stay flat. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Scoot the hands back a little bit. Nice Ujjayi Pranayama. Mula Bandha. Next inhale, walk or jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, hands touch. Samastatihi. Strong Mula Bandha. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Surya Namaskara A. Drishti is the belly button. Next inhale, walk or jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Samastatihi. One more. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Steady drishti, nice loud breathing. Listen to your breath. Maybe it's not loud, maybe it's just hollow. Next inhale, walk or jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Samastatihi. Listen to the breath. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, hands forward. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot, inhale, warrior, hands touch. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot, inhale, warrior, hands touch. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Steady drishti, hollow breath. Strong mula bandha. Next inhale, walk or jump. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, knees bend. Samastatihi. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot, inhale, warrior. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Next inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, knees bend. Samastatihi. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arch. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Strong mula bandha, steady drishti. Strong quadriceps. Next inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, knees bend. Samastatihi. It's an inhale, open your feet, grab your big toes. Exhale, elbows bend, Padangusthasana. Chin tucks under, drishti is the belly button. It's an exhale, hands under the feet. Inhale, arch. Exhale, elbows bend, Padahastasana. Drishti is the belly button. On an inhale, arms straighten, sway the back. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. Samastatihi. It's an inhale, open for triangle. Hi, Maria. Exhale, down. First two fingers loop the big toe or hold your ankle. Drishti is the top hand. Drishti and Mula Bandha, super connected. It's an inhale when you rise. Switch the feet. Exhale, second side. Uttana Trikonasana. Inhale to come up. Windmill over. Exhale, left hand toward the right foot. Drishti is the top hand. Rotated triangle, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Mula Bandha, steady Drishti. It's an exhale, look at the bottom hand. Inhale, come up. Windmill over. Switch the feet. Exhale, down. Right hand toward the left foot. Parivrtta Trikonasana. It's an exhale to look down. Inhale, windmill up and open. Samastatihi. Extended side angle, Uttana Parasana. Inhale, open. Drishti is the extended hand. Rolling breath. It's an inhale up. Exhale, second side. The whole practice is a pranayama practice. It's an inhale up. Exhale, rotated extended side angle, Parivrtta Parasana. It's like a road trip across the country where there's three drivers. The asana, the pranayama, and Mula Bandha. And then there's one, well, I don't know what the drishti is. Maybe that's just part of Mula Bandha. The drishti and Mula Bandha are one thing. So there's three drivers. an inhale up and over. Exhale, second side. It's an inhale up and open. Samastatihi. Hands are on the hips, wide leg. Exhale down, hands are on the floor. Inhale, arms straight, arch the back. Exhale, elbows bend. Prasarita Tanasana A. Wide fingers, straight ahead drishti, or up the wall, or belly button. It's your own inhale, arms straight. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up, look up. Exhale, look forward. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, look up, puff up your chest right there. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Elbows stay close together. Pranayama, Asana, Mula Bandha. It's an inhale up. Exhale, look forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Each time I practice, I try to switch which hand is interlaced on top. Use your own inhale all the way up. Hands move to the hips. Exhale, look forward. Check on Mula Bandha while you inhale right here. Exhale, first two fingers take the toes. Inhale, arch. Sway the back, beautiful. Exhale, fold. Prasarita Padottanasana D. It's your own inhale, arch. Exhale, hands to hips. Nice, Amelia. Inhale, up. Samastatihi. Hands up the back in prayer. Inhale to open. Exhale, forehead toward the right leg. Strong Mula Bandha. Let your back open against the sides of your hands. It's an inhale up. Look up while you turn around. Exhale, second side. No hurry at all. Inhale up and open. Samastatihi. Inhale, pick up your right big toe. First two fingers grab the toe grabs the fingers. Left hand is on your hip. It's an exhale, chin to the chest or head to the knee. These days, the leg kind of stays out there. It doesn't really get that much higher. But old school, you could lift your leg way up high and then touch it. It's an inhale, head up. Exhale, leg open. Uttita Hasta Parangustasana. Inhale, pull that foot forward, grab it with both hands, pull up into standing split. And then float. And release. Side two. First two fingers grab the big toe pulls back. Leg doesn't have to be straight. It's an exhale, chin to the chest or head to the leg. It's an inhale, head up. Exhale, leg open to the side. Mula Bandha all the time. Nice Ujjayi Pranayama, always rolling. It's an inhale, foot forward, pull up into splits. Leg floats. And release. Standing half lotus. Heel to the bum or foot in front, your choice. Close that knee joint. Bind if you want to, lower if you want to. Head to the knee. Mula Bandha. It's an inhale up. Exhale, release. Side two. Close the knee joint. Heel to the bum or foot in front. Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. It's an inhale up, exhale feet together. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Utkatasana. Toes touch. Knees press together. Ankles or heels touch. It's an exhale down. Inhale, arms straight. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot. Virabhadrasana A, warrior one. There's an equal amount of weight in each foot. There's an equal amount of lift from both the front and the back of the posture. It's an inhale up, exhale, side two. Virabhadrasana A. The foot, the ankle, and the knees stay exactly where they are. Arms open, Virabhadrasana B. If that hip moves at all, it's just a natural movement with the chest. Otherwise, the hip stays the same as well. Up and over. Virabhadrasana B, second side. It's an exhale down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, jump through. Dandasana. Feet are flexed. Nice. Nice, Alice. Then exhale, first two fingers, take the big toes. Inhale, arch. Exhale, fold. Elbows lift up, head drops down. Beautiful, nice Barb. Nice Sayori. Hi, Maureen. On an exhale, switch your hand grab. We're only going to do two, so do whatever hand grab you want. Inhale, arch. Exhale, fold down. Paschimottanasana. Intense west stretch. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Experiment with trying to move your head a little bit further out towards your feet, like your forehead. And then experiment with moving your eyebrows or your forehead towards your knees, but staying low. When I do that, I have a lot more Uddiyana Bandha. It's an inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Through jump, Tanasana. Intense east stretch. It's an exhale, sit down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale through jump. Right leg, seated half bound lotus. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. It's really Ardha, half, Baddha, bound, Pada. Ardha Baddha Padma. Padma is lotus, Paschimottanasana, intense west stretch. Half bound lotus, intense west stretch. It's an inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Take a lift, switch sides, or take a vinyasa. Left foot, Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana, half bound lotus, intense west stretch. If lotus is easy, you want to try to get the midline of the body over the long leg. Nice, beautiful. It's an inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right knee folds on the jump through. Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Midline of the body over the long leg. Mula Bandha and Drishti are totally connected. Nice, Hannah. Hi, Maria. Hi, Andy. It's your own inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Barb, beautiful. Left knee folds, right leg jumps through. Nice. Amelia, nice. Steady drishti, steady mula bandha, rolling breath. It's your own inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Take the knee or take the foot under the knee. Jump back. Janushasana A. Nice jump throughs. Nice jump throughs. Right foot in against your left thigh. To your own inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Take a lift or a vinyasa. Janusasana A, side 2. Your own inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Alice, 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 Alice. Janusasana B, side 1. Sit down onto your right heel. Nice. So smart. You are so smart. Inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Side 2, sit down onto your left heel. Janusasana B. And inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Janusasana C, right foot. Follow the foot toward the floor. Heel is up. If your knee is high, don't fold forward. If your knee is low, you can fold forward. Nice, Hannah. Nice, nice. And inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Nice, Gina. Side 2. Janusasana C. If the knee is low, you can fold forward. Nice, Bill. Nice, Mireya, nice. It's your own inhale, arch. Exhale, release. Marichasanas. Marichasana A. At the beginning of class, so I have an extra heater in here, and if I plug it in back here, it blows the fuse, so I have to run an extension cord from my kitchen. which is totally not a big deal. So I run this little extension cord back here with this extra heater, and the door has to stay cracked. So Jackson at the beginning of class went into his crate, which is only used for storing toys, and he pulled out 2 toys. I was hoping that they didn't have squeakies. They didn't. Go ahead, inhale, arch, exhale, release. And then he pulled out his old puppy bed and brought it in here and was wrestling it. And then he fell asleep with his head on it like a pillow. And I stayed focused through the whole, he kept like coming in, going out, getting another thing. And the dog bed, it wouldn't fit through the door, so he had to wrestle it, and that got him all excited. Now he's sound asleep back there, and he took his head off of it, so it's not a pillow anymore, but it was kind of funny. And I was like, why are you doing this? You're so crazy. Usually he's like, oh, good, yoga, I can take a nap. Today he was like, oh, the door is open, I'm gonna go wild. And then I was like, oh, I know why you're doing it, because I need to wash all of your dog toys. That's why. We're really happy that smell doesn't transmit on Zoom. Vinyasa. Marichyasana A again, or Marichyasana B, left foot tucked, or left foot half lotus. Same bind on the right shin. Beautiful, beautiful. So I feel like with some postures, if I'm always doing exactly the same thing, I should switch it up. Figure out, nice, 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 nice. Good approach. Figure out different ways to work on the same Mula Bandha, the same posture. Nice, Amelia, I like it. It's an inhale, arch. Open the shoulder against the shin. Exhale out. You guys realize that every vinyasa is optional, and especially the vinyasas in between sides. Marichyasana B, side 2, left, right foot half lotus or tucked, left knee up. Steady Mula Bandha, steady Drishti. Then inhale whenever you arch, open your shoulder against your shin. Exhale, release. I started studying with Beryl when she was in her early 50s. And she would breathe and move so slowly it would drive me nuts, because I had to move faster because I didn't have that kind of endurance level yet. Marichyasana C, twist across the knee. Left arm, right knee. It's an inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. And now that I'm in my 50s, I'm like, my practice is half the speed that it used to be. Maybe not half, but it's quite a bit slower. Left knee up toward the ceiling, right elbow crosses it. So an inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. I love you, Sayuri. With your 6-year-old Sumiko. Left foot half lotus, right knee up, twist across, Marichyasana D. It's an inhale to look forward. Exhale, release. Marichyasana D, side 2. Right foot half lotus or right foot tucked. Nice. Nice. It's an inhale, look forward. Exhale out. Navasana. You can do 5 variations or 5 of the same. Remember which foot crosses in front for that first lift, because the opposite foot is going to cross in front for the second lift. Ujjayi Pranayama, Mula Bandha and Drishti. Opposite foot on top. Oh, I fell out of the boat. First foot on top for the lift. Second foot on top for the lift. First foot on top for the jump back. Nice, Isaac. Nice, Maureen. I tried to do that leaning back one and I couldn't do it yet. Vinyasa, jump both legs up around your shoulders. Bhujapadasana, shoulder press. If you're just beginning work on this, you jump your feet wide, bind around one leg, switch it, bind around the other leg, and then start tucking your body through your calves. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Feet maybe cross. Tuck if you love it. Nice, Maria. Come up when you're ready. Open up if you'd like to. Nice, nice, nice. Take a vinyasa, skip the vinyasa maybe. Sit down, Kurmasana. So on David Williams' poster, it's alive to me, so I'm going to say in David Williams' poster, His arms are straight out to the side. Mula Bandha. Supta Karmasana. Feet tucked behind the head, hands bound up over the back. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay in Karmasana. And then your feet are still tucked behind your head. You can lift up, open up your legs like firefly, jump back. Isn't it nice to have the screen so you can see I'm mostly just talking? Good, 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 good. Nice, Isaac. Garbha Pindasana. Full lotus or fake lotus. Nice, Cami. Arms maybe go through. Roll around if you want to. Yeah, good. Nice, Alice. Nice, Amelia. Nice, Bill. Nice, Maria. And then lift everything up. Lovely. You can, nice, 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 Barb. You can come out fancy if your body's wanting it. Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet touch. I usually do, okay, so we're going to do two. The options are back flat, leaning forward, back humped over, or sitting up really, really straight, trying to pull the rib cage forward. Second position, whatever you want that to be, or you can go renegade and make up your own position. Beautiful. Vinyasa. Through jump, wide leg, Upavishta Konasana. First two fingers take the big toes, elbows are up. Pop up, balance on your bum. Yeah. You never have to have straight legs. You never, ever have to have straight legs. Figure out a really comfortable place that you can sit with your knees bent if your knees need to be bent. Bent knees are amazing. Optional vinyasa, roll over. Uttanasana. Hanging onto your toes, roll up, pause at the top, maybe land. If you have bent knees, put your feet down. If you have overextended legs, let your calf hit the floor. Vinyasa, through jump, lie down onto your back. Supta Parangustasana. Right big toe is up, forehead to your shin or your knee. Inhale, head down. Exhale, leg open. Just like standing, drishti goes opposite your foot. An inhale, leg up. Exhale, split. And release. Side two. Inhale, grab the big toe. Exhale, head to the leg. Then inhale, head down. Exhale, leg open. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, split. And leg down. Any kind of vinyasa you'd like. Chakrasana, regular vinyasa, invisible vinyasa. Next posture, you're going to jump through, roll over, touch your toes behind your head, grab them, they touch the floor. I'm not doing that rolling business because of my back. And then roll up. And again, find a comfortable place where your arms are straight. Beautiful, nice rolling. Head hangs off the back. Nice, Maureen. Nice, Hannah. Beautiful. Same options. Chakrasana. This is called Ubhaya Parangustasana. Chakrasana, regular vinyasa. Roll back, touch your toes behind you. Nice, Gina. Or just switch it up, sides of feet, head to the knees. Urdhva Mukha Paschimottanasana. It's an inhale, arch. Exhale, release. All the same options, regular vinyasa, chakrasana, or just lie back, Setu Bandhasana. Head on the floor, feet on the floor, nothing else on the floor. May or may not be a good idea. Nice jumping, Barb. Beautiful. Nice, Alice. Nice hat, Isaac. And then 5 back bends or drop backs or whatever you want to do. As many back bends as you want. Nice. Oh, you guys, you are such free bodies. Unfortunately, that cobweb had been my drishti a few times, and I just took it down. Oh, life is so funny. Nice forward bend after your back bends. Urdhva Dhanurasana, Paschimottanasana. Straight up shoulder stand. Nice, Barbara. Alice, Alice, Alice. I love you. Have a great day. Oh my gosh, I just looked at my computer. Better plug it in. Feet in the air.
Nice, Isaac. Traditionally, it's 25 breaths straight up. I'm trying to not use the two words straight up. I mean, I'm okay with up, but I'm not okay with straight. Traditionally, it's 25 breaths with the feet up in the air. That sounds better. And then it's an exhale into plow, hands interlace, toes go to the floor behind the head, and the backs of the knees lift high. I was taught to use my toenails and stretch out the top of my foot. But after looking at David Swenson's book, he's using the little pads on his toes tucked under like Iyengar does. I'm going to look at David Williams' poster. David Williams has his feet pointed. I'm going to look at the Yoga Makaranda. The next one is ear squeeze. Knees bend, big toes touch each other. And traditionally the hands go flat on the floor, but I usually interlace my opposite hand. The other thing is you can, nice, Hannah, that's beautiful. Barb, beautiful. You can squeeze your knees in against your ears and start to pull your skull off of your body using your own knees. And then it's an inhale up, fold into Lotus. Halasana, Karnapadasana. Lotus with the hands on the knees is Urdhva Padmasana. Bye, Barb. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming. So Krishnamacharya, I don't know if this is him, but it's in his book, and it's either, I think it's one of his students. The toes are pointed and the hands are flat in plow. And then Lotus in a little ball. Pindasana. Nice, Cami. And then rolling down into Matsyasana. Nice, Amelia. Beautiful. Nice, Gina. Nice, Maureen. Maria, I just found your square. Beautiful. And then popping out into Uttana Parasana. Do you see Gina? Bill's in it, but he's harder to see. The hands and the feet are extended. Isaac and Maureen are going to go into it in a couple more breaths. Here goes Isaac. It's called Uttana Parasana, and I call it extended fish. Nice. Because nice Chakrasana. Nice, Bill. And then whenever you're ready, nice, Maureen. Chakrasana. Yeah, Hannah. Good. Into Shirsasana, headstand. For as many breaths as you want. Nice, Amelia. For those who are already practicing yama and niyama, which are the first and second steps in yoga practices, it is necessary now to describe certain important regulations, such as time, place, diet restrictions, and cleansing the nadis, before taking up the practice of asana and pranayama, which are the third and fourth parts of the yogic discipline. Yoga should not be practiced in countries where there is no belief in yoga techniques. That's a really funny sentence. Yoga should not be practiced in countries where there is no belief in yoga techniques. It should not be done in forests where we cannot protect ourselves, nor in thickly populated cities and homes where there is no peace.
Kathy, what page are you on?
85 of the Yoga Makaranda. This is what Krishnamacharya wrote. I love you, Cami. You did so much. I hope you feel great. Love you. Bye. Suitable. So I'm just going to read this. We were talking, and I think it was last Saturday, about how mentioning what it's not helps describe what it is, and how I'm kind of against that idea. I noticed that previously, like around the time Krishnamacharya was writing and publishing this book, he was very much into speaking about what isn't correct in order to point arrows toward what is correct. But I like to fluff up the language or make it silly. Anyway, I'll read. So headstand, and then the 3 finishing postures: bound lotus, seated lotus, lifted lotus. Mireya, that's a beautiful headstand. So nice. You guys, the more people leave, the bigger the squares get. I can actually see us right now. Okay, page 85. Suitable places for yoga sadhana. Geographical areas where there are enough water resources, green pastures, banks of holy rivers, places where there are no crowds, and silent and clean places are all appropriate locations for the practice of yoga. It is desirable to have a suitable well or lake in that place. The first step in construction is that the ground be leveled, and thereafter in the center of the leveled ground, a meditation hut, ashrama, is erected. Erection of fencing all around the place is then undertaken. Suitable precautions are taken to prevent breeding or existence of bugs, mosquitoes, ants, and other critters. The place must be cleaned every day and besmeared with a paste of cow dung. Pictures which will encourage detachment, vairagya, conquest of the senses, jatindrayatva, and promote yoga techniques should adorn the walls. In the absence of such pictures, they can be drawn or painted on the walls. The frontage of the ashrama should not have any obstructions. In a suitable place in the hut, not facing the frontage, the ground is made clean and is then covered with darba grass, and over the grass is spread a white woolen blanket. In case a woolen blanket is not available, then a white cotton cloth will do. Incense, udapati, and fragrant resin, sambranani, should be burning to prevent foul odors from seeping into the place. When the student has finished the practices of asana and pranayama, they must lie on the ground for 15 minutes and take complete rest. After that only, they must come out. If they come out immediately after practicing, the outside air will enter the body through subtle pores and cause problems. Hence, they must remain inside the hut till such a time as the perspiration has dried out, and thereafter must wipe the body clean with a towel and sit for some time taking rest. Time for beginning yoga practice. It is good to begin the practice of yoga in spring or autumn or early winter. If such a beginning is made, we may avoid illnesses and the yoga practice will give good results. If yoga practice is started in other months, the results may be mediocre. That totally explains it. When I was 19 or 20 or 21, probably 20, 21, I started taking yoga as a summer course in college. I started at the wrong time. That's why my leg is not behind my head 35 years later, 40 years later, 100 years later. That explains everything. I didn't have access to this book. Diet for yoga practitioners. The quality of food taken should not be large. It should be pure and clean. It should not be very hot nor very cold. Such a diet should be taken so that we get the taste of the food completely. We should not fill the stomach with solid food, but rather must eat to only half of our capacity. Water should be taken to the extent of 1/4 of the capacity. The remaining 1/4 of the capacity left for movement of air. In this connection, Lord Krishna's advice to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita should be remembered. He says, yoga becomes the destroyer of pain for those who are moderate in eating and recreation, those who are moderate in exertion during the action, and moderate in sleep, and moderate in wakefulness. Warning as regards to breathing. I want to give a warning to the readers before I go on to the subject of Yoga Abhasya. The warning concerns the breath. If a person is approached and asked the meaning of the essence of the macrocosm and microcosm, Ananda Pinda Karakara, they may probably reply, the whole universe. This reply may be fully acceptable. But if the same person is asked to give its inner and philosophical meaning, they may be unable to provide it. Moreover, since a suitable reply has already been given, they may not bother themselves to go deeper into its meaning. Why this point has been raised here will be clear in the following paragraphs. Anda, A-N-D-A, refers to the world. Pinda, P-I-N-D-A, refers to things that are present in the world. You guys, we do Pindasana. I had always learned that Pinda meant like egg or possibilities, friendship. There's a lot of different definitions of Pinda. Anyway, Pinda refers to things that are present in the world, which are stationary or mobile. Kara refers to the prana that traverses between the world and the things that are in the world. Kara refers to the prana that traverses between Anda and Pinda. It is prana which unites and separates Anda and Pinda. Akara refers to the cessation of action of prana, which leads to the unification of Anda and Pinda. Since prana is the unifying factor of the individual spirit, Jivatman, and the supreme being, Paramatman, practicing the control of prana becomes vital. Just as a person living in the forest slowly tames the wild beasts, so also a yogi should tame the prana slowly by doing proper inhalation, exhalation, and retention. The person living in the forests, if they are not careful, will be killed and consumed by wild beasts. Similarly, pranayama will also destroy the practitioner if they are not careful and if they do not follow the right method of practice. Hence, it is necessary that the student should carefully study what is written in this book and follow it with the utmost care. I totally don't agree with that, but that's okay. Dietary prescriptions. The following items can be consumed by the practitioner: old small grained cooked rice, wheat chapati, halva, an Indian sweet, mung dal, green gram, urdhva dal, black gram, raw plantain, plantain flour, plantain stem, tender aubergine roots, ghee, milk, sweet juicy fruits, gooseberries, preparations from wheat and spices like cardamom, clove, bay leaf, etc. The following items are prohibited: foods that are bitter, sour, salty, or spicy, curd, vegetables that cannot be digested quickly, alcohol and other spirits, jackfruit, pumpkin, onion, asafoetida, butter, curdled milk, excessively sweet tasting items, dry coconut, mango, foodstuffs deeply fried in oil, and other items which cause toxicity must be avoided. Activities to be avoided: continuous and long travel that involves staying in villages at night, bathing after sunrise, strenuous manual or physical work after yoga sadhana, fasting, sleeping after midday meals, gossip, excessive sexual activity, warming oneself in a fireplace and taking an oil bath with foul smelling oils are to be avoided. Recommended activities for yoga sadakas: wake up at 4 a.m. daily and take a bath in the river. If this is not possible, bathe in clean hot water. I'm so glad I don't have a river right now, because they said hot water is okay. That's amazing. Or heated. Consume food 2 times a day, once at noon and then early at night. The quantity of food taken should be neither too much nor too little. Food should be tasty. Apply religious marks as per the customs and manners of your tradition. Wear clean clothes. Perform the duties and responsibilities as ordained by your caste or creed. Worship the idols that you so desire. Love sincerely the elders of your family and community. Honor your teacher. Spend time reflecting on philosophical thoughts. Practice yoga at the stipulated time. Take an oil bath with pleasant smelling oils. Drink milk after eating at night.
Hey, Kathy,
Yeah.
may I point out that I on my page 85, there's a picture of Rakaka Kambaka. And then interestingly, on page 86, so I obviously, like when I printed off what you sent us, it didn't correlate or whatever, the pages are off or something. But interestingly, it's cool because it talks about how doing Rakaka Kambaka and then Trikonasana cleanses the uterus and creates coughing and can cure menstrual diseases. And, you know, however, to whatever extent that might be true or not, I have a friend who is trying to conceive. So that's interesting information. And it recommends between the 8th and the 15th vinyasas, this would be helpful toward those things.
That's amazing.
So you would be doing these things vinyasa, doing it. Yeah, that's kind of like a prescription.
That's cool. So you know what? I actually have a hardcover book that was printed. It says it was published in Chennai, India, which is great. I actually thought it was printed in Europe somewhere. So I also have the PDF, and I have it printed out, but it's a little bit more fragile. The paper isn't as thick, so I usually look in my book, but I can look at the PDF and read out of that as well, if I find it. I mean, it's here. It's in the room with me. Probably not that hard to find. That's cool that you opened to a page that was relevant to what you're thinking about and what you're doing. That's super cool.
Yes, I do wish it corresponded though. So maybe I'll look up your.
You know what I was thinking while I was reading? I was thinking, you know all the words. I thought you were reading right along with me, and I was like, oh my gosh, you totally know every word I change. Because when I'm reading out loud, if it says he does this, he does that, I say they. I never say he. Sometimes I switch it to she, but usually I switch it to they, them, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh, you totally know what I'm doing. Anyway, hi, Sarah. So you guys have a hut next to a clean lake or a clean river, or you have a well. I really love Vastu. Vastu is the architecture and planning and organization. It's feng shui is relative of Vastu. Vastu is older, and Vastu, in feng shui, I haven't studied feng shui. I've read a couple of very simple books on feng shui. And you know how they're like, oh, if you need to fix the flow of energy in this room, put something tall over here, put a mirror over here, put a bowl of water with flowers in it over here. And there's all these like fixes in feng shui. And in Vastu's like, oh, your front door is at that corner of the house. You're fucked. Tear down your house. Vastu's like not having it. Every single fix in Vastu is you need to move and start over, or you need to tear this down and start over. And Vastu begins with the land. And so I'll just tell you, like, please do not get caught up in this, okay? It doesn't matter. It's fun, it's fascinating. I've studied a lot of things that would make me seem superstitious or seem indoctrinated or dogmatic. I hope that I'm not dogmatic. I hope that I'm not overly superstitious.
I love hearing primary documents being read aloud. I think it's fascinating.
Thanks. So in Vastu, on the land, the best shape is a perfect square. The next best shape is a rectangle. Any other shape, don't buy the land. Don't worry about it. It doesn't concern you. So we'll pretend that we have a square-shaped land, which I don't. And the southwest corner of the land is supposed to be raised. If there's a hill, you want it on the southwest corner. If there's a slight incline on your land, you want it to be the highest at the southwest corner so that no energy pools there, because that's the heaviest, darkest, worst type of energy would go there. And the worst type of energy is actually not bad. But anyway, so of course on my land, that part is like the lowest point of my land, but whatever. And then on the north side, you want a river or a lake or a pond or a water, some sort of water element. And people will put in on the north side of their house, they'll put in a big long fish tank trough, or one of those gardener's ponds, or if they're going to put a swimming pool near their house, they'll put it definitely on the north side of the house. And what else? The entrance should always be in the northeast corner. So anything, and not exactly on the corner, it's either on the very northeast on the north side or the northeast on the east side. And it's preferable to have the entrance. So if you have a driveway, you want it coming in on the east north corner. And then the very center of the property is supposed to be open and untouched. You can manicure it, like you could have a garden there, but it has to be spacious. And then you take your very square house and it's the same thing. There's usually a square house and a courtyard in the middle. And that courtyard, you can use it, you can go out and cook in it, and then you clean it up. You can go out and sunbathe naked in it. I don't think that's traditional. And then put your stuff away. But the inner part of every square is supposed to be empty. And then, so the house is like that. The east side has to do with fire. So if you're going to put any cooking stoves or heaters, or even really hot electronics, like, you know, all of the computers and all of the cords and everything, all of that stuff goes on the east side of a room or of the house or of the land. If you were going to have a burn pile in Vermont, we have burn piles, you'd put it on the eastern side of the land. And then on the south side, that's for like plants and growing things. So if you were going to have a garden, obviously it would be on the south side so it can get sun here in Vermont. But anyway, gardens, plants, any of that kind of thing goes on the south side, to the point of if you go to the market and you get vegetables, you put them on the south side of your kitchen to store them until you're going to use them, which is in like an hour, because you don't store your food so much. Oh, and as far as food, all leftovers have to be, don't you think it's funny? I'm not into this and I know all this long list of silliness. Leftovers are to be eaten within 24 hours. If anything goes over 24 hours and it hasn't been eaten, the prana is gone and it's not good for your body. I do like that rule. And Milk Bubba used to really adhere to that. So suddenly he would be like offering everyone yesterday's pudding. It was very funny. Okay, the south has to do with plants and greenery and sunshine. The west side has to do with wind and movement and the quality of air. I guess I don't know that much about the west side. And then the north side has to do with water. And that's like land, house, each room in the house, right? And then you can even organize like your desk according to Vastu, so that the center of the desk, you can work on it, but when you're finished, you always have the center of the desk clear. My desk is not clear. I should clean that up. And in a room, the furniture, I don't do this, but the furniture is supposed to be like, you know, 3 to 6 inches away from the wall so the energy can continue to flow all the way around the room and not get bumped up against whatever you have. And nothing in the middle of the rooms. The middle of the room is empty. You can have a carpet or a rug and you can use the middle of the room, but you know, not a, what are those things called that you have next to the couch, those little tables? Anyway.
Tables.
Yeah, no, none of those. Those are not important. Those get in the way of energy. And things should be square or rectangle. If you have something, like I have this bench that I really love that was at the studio that used to hold like the incense burner and stuff. It's literally just some wood that somebody screwed together. It being rectangle is good. That I can move it around is great. I like to sit on this to like put my shoes on and off. Anyway, but when you're not using it, anything always goes back to the edges of the room. How did we start talking about Vastu? No one even asked a question. I don't have any idea how we got on that topic. Anyway, Vastu is pretty fun. I really like learning how other people see things, and then it's almost like learning to read a different language. You know, it's like when Io Shun was here and she was visiting, she's a Nigerian princess voodoo high priestess, and she has a little forest, I don't know how little it is, in Nigeria, where her house and her people are on the edge of it, and she is like in charge of overseeing all the spirits in the forest and how they all interact with people. I mean, they're not just in the forest, they're in cities too, but just where they are. And it's this preserve. It's a big deal that she's kind of in charge of this preserve. But but in a spirit in charge way, not in a, I'm going to go fix a fence in charge way. And then she's also adopted 10 different children from her area, and most of them have grown up. She didn't adopt them all exactly at the same time. And when I was asking her, we are on such a tangent. When I was asking her, well, first of all, I couldn't tell how old she was, because when I met her, she had on like quite a bit of like flowing clothing, and she was sitting really, really comfortably on the floor, putting temporary paint onto a piece of pottery and marking it for a ceremony that was going to happen that night. And I looked at her and I was like, okay, she's not a kid. She's definitely an adult, but she's moving like a 9-year-old would put this paint on something. Like she's moving like a kid, and she's sitting in her body like a kid. I was like, oh, this person's interesting. And there were like maybe 5 kind of interesting people, but she and I really connected. And anyway, she was definitely the most interesting. And then I was watching her and I just was like, I don't know if she's 20 or if she's 80. She could literally be any age of being alive. This woman is fascinating. So then it ended up that I got to drive her home that night after the ceremony. And because everyone else was like tired, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my opportunity. I'm needed. So I was driving her to her hotel, but she had this big vat of everything that we had used in the ceremony that we didn't actually eat or wear, like rub on ourselves. There was this vat and it had like a little bit of alcohol, a lot of water, some peanuts, and a bunch of different, I don't even know what, like fruit and just a bunch of different offerings. And it was all in this pot. And she was like, on the way home, I have to dump this out on a corner where there's a lot of trees. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is, okay. So I drove out past, for those of you who are from around here, I drove out to Swift Street and Spear Street. There's a church, there's a field, there's a big old barn that UVM owns where they store equipment. And then there's this corner where there's tons of lilac bushes and a big tree. And I was like, how's this? And it was dark. And she was like, this is great. And she jumped out of the car and went and dumped it out and said some things. And she told me that I can go feed that place anytime I want to, which I have never done. But anyway, the way that she sees cause and effect, the way that her logic, like she is logical, she is scientific, she does have all of those qualities going on, and the outcome is completely different from how I was raised or what I was taught to notice or what I was taught to see. And spending just a few days with her, like everything is energy and everything. I mean, I couldn't really learn exactly what she was seeing because I couldn't catch up that quickly. But the way that she sees the world, like, oh, Kathy, you hurt your back because, blah, blah, blah. Like she would be able to tell me the reason I hurt my back. And it would be to us, just because you come from the same culture I do, I'm going to make that assumption. It would be to us a very long stretch of the imagination that that's what hurt my back. And when she knows it so well that there are times where she can do things to fix that and then fix the issue. And it's a completely different world than anything I had really ever been around. And I know that was a little vague, but it's just because I don't really understand it. Anyway, I love it. I love all of that. And I also spent some time at a couple different Buddhist retreats. And while I really appreciated that they were seeing things a little bit differently, I couldn't handle the pace pace was too slow. Anyway, okay, does anyone have anything you want to talk about? Because that was all just yakking. Didn't I just read no gossip? Yeah.
Well, that wasn't really gossip. That was storytelling.
Right.
I was wondering, oh,
Oh, I was just going to say that it's not really anything to talk about, or not really a question, but you've kept the breath a couple of times in practice this way, and I just wanted to say it's beautiful and it's helpful to me anyway. You've described the breath as hollow. That was a new way to think about it for me. And also, I've heard you do this before, but you came back to it today, the breath as rolling. I just want to tell you, I love those ways to qualify the breath. It was super pretty and helpful and descriptive. So thanks.
Good. Thank you. I'm so glad. I do think about how my attention, I'm getting into my system preferences because only one of my speakers work, and for some reason, sometimes it turns back on. So now we're on the left speaker and it won't sound like you're talking in a tin can. So I do think about how when I'm practicing, everything is happening at once. And yet there's this little favoritism of my attention. There's this little favoritism of a daydream, or there's a favoritism of, I'm going to check on Mula Bandha, or there's a favoritism of, oh my gosh, this feels so good on my legs, like commentary. There's this little, even when my practice is just like fantastic, there's still this little bit of mental commentary or mental activity, or the mind being like, I can help, wait, let me do something, I can help. And the body's like, it's okay, it's already happening, we've got this. And my mind is kind of like, well, what about, right? And so when I think about the breath rolling, like rolling, inhale into exhale, inhale into exhale, inhale into exhale, that's hard for my mind to think of. So it's good for my mind to focus on, and it keeps my mind from being distracted by other things or by its own like hyperactivity. So I do use that a lot. Anyway.
Well, I like it. I just wanted to let you know.
Thanks, good. Yeah. It's kind of interesting doing the whole Zoom thing where I'm talking and I have absolutely no auditory or visual cues of anything. Like when I jump open for triangle, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're all doing this together. But when I'm leading sun salutations and I'm facing the window, the computer could be off and I wouldn't even know, you know? It's fun. I'm really happy that we have this where we can at least find each other when I'm in triangle. And then when I skip a posture and I'm looking at everyone doing it in their own space, I'm like, oh my gosh, we are amazing. We are so beautiful. We're so lucky.
Can I ask a question,
Yeah.
Kathy? I was wondering about when we inhale and our diaphragms tighten and push down, that would seem to be like working against Uddiyana Bandha. So is the idea of Uddiyana Bandha that you're trying to compress your stomach and your digestive organs?
I think, okay, so the extreme of Uddiyana Bandha
Yeah.
can only be done when you're holding the exhale out. So Uddiyana Bandha is on at some sort of percentage that's not 100%.
I see.
And I feel like how much Uddiyana Bandha and the diaphragm push against each other, how much kind of tension or work there is right there in that area. It can relieve stress. It can create heat. Like, it can be so useful to have that little bit of like, what's a lighter word for conflict? But it's a little bit of conflict,
Yeah.
right? The diaphragm is like, I want to go down, and Uddiyana Bandha's like, I'm going up. And they run into each other, and they get into this little tug of war, and then they're okay for a half breath, and then they get into a little tug of war, and or I guess it's, I don't know, it's like a pushing against. And I think it's a really useful thing. I think it makes us strong. I think it's actually kind of a super good example of tapas. It creates heat, it creates purity, and the answer to the question is completely individualized.
I see.
Some people are going to put Uddiyana Bandha on at 10%, and they're going to let the Ujjayi breath take it all, you know, take up all that room. And other people are going to put Uddiyana Bandha on at 70%, and they're not going to let the diaphragm take up very much room. Mine changes depending on the posture. And I'm usually on, I have Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha on somewhere between 30 and 60%. I'm somewhere, you know, kind of middle ground. But when I put Uddiyana Bandha on, it does make my rib cage more flexible. It makes my rib cage have more action.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else want to answer for Bill?
Yeah, if I can add, I think what I've learned about how we understand like the vagus nerve right now is that if we are encouraging our lungs and our rib cage to move in and out, it's actually like increasing our vagus, like our autonomic nervous system balance. So like if we're really stressed, our lungs and our ribs will move less. And when that happens, it signals to our body that we are not safe. So as we practice and we're holding like our belly still and practicing moving our rib cage in and out, that it's increasing our like heart rate variability and our stress tolerance. So that's what I that's my current understanding. I don't know if it's totally accurate, but
It's totally accurate for now.
I was thinking that when the diaphragm and Uddiyana Bandha have that little collision, it's not so much a conflict, but it's almost like a mudra, like an internal mudra.
Yeah, that is a better word.
Well, I read that that's at least some people think that the point of asana is to stimulate hormone production, and so I thought maybe it had to do with compressing your the organs to try to stimulate some release of something.
Totally. Do you, Bill, I know you know this, but do you know the observer effect?
No, I don't think so.
I think you do.
Okay.
In quantum physics,
Oh, yeah.
everyone was looking at a particle or a wave. And people would go and they would look, and I don't even know what they were looking in. I'm pretending it was like a microscope. I don't know what it was. It could have been a fishbowl. But anyways, the person would go and look and they would be like, it's a particle. Someone else would go look and they'd be like, it's a wave. Someone else, you know, and everyone saw what they saw and they argued about it. It's a particle. No, it's a wave. It's a particle. No, it's a wave. And then someone was like, I can see both. If I want to see a particle, that's what I see. If I want to see a wave, that's what I see. And they were like, oh no, not this. And it truly was the observer effect, where the person observing influences what is being observed. So whenever something in yoga says, oh, it's about hormone production, oh, it's about the vagus nerve, oh, it's about enlightenment, oh, it's about purification, oh, it's about producing breast milk, oh, it's about sleeping through the night. Like, yes, it is. all of those things are true. So when Krishnamacharya or BKS Iyengar, they say, you know, oh, this posture is really good for your liver and your spleen, or this posture is really good for your kidneys. Yes, it is. And 1 million other things.
I see.
Right? So I think the people who are thinking hormone production, I think they're right. I think that's a good road to go down. But I think all of the roads that we go down and we say, oh, this is the purpose, or this is the outcome, or this is the goal, or this is, you know, it's like, well, actually, it's just like Vastu and Nigerian voodoo, and, you know, like, it's just like there's so many worldviews and there's so many views on what's happening in yoga. And I think it's all amazing. Like, there's studies where if a mom does yoga for 15 minutes, the babies sleep better. That's cool. It's totally cool. Does it have to do with the mom's vagus nerve? Does it have to do with the mom's hormone production? Does it have to do, like, yeah, probably does. So one time there was this really strict, this is me being a rebel, and it's like almost angelic. There was this really strict woman. There was a person in Bristol who had asked if this person could come to Yoga Vermont. I don't even know the person in Bristol. I didn't know her, but she was an Iyengar teacher. And I said, sure, because I knew the person she was bringing was like world famous and they can rent the studio. So I was around. So I come in, you know, because at lunchtime on the first day of any workshop, I would go in and be like, okay, do you know where to go for lunch? Do you know where the bathrooms are? Do you know how to park? Do you, you know, like, are you all okay? And I came in and they were running overtime. So I was just hanging out and they were in triangle. And then they all sat down and they went around the circle, like, what is triangle good for? And everyone was like, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then I was there. So the woman looked at me and I go, enlightenment. And she just scowled at me like, how dare you? We are talking about the physical body. But I was like, I don't think it's only good for, you know, the hip, the ankle, or the whatever.
Yeah.
She was really very, very famous and very, very mean. I was like, how do mean people get to be famous? That's confusing. So I never thought of that.
More than one mean, famous yogi. Just saying. I'm not names.
I know, but it surprises me.
Totally
What?
counterintuitive. It just makes no sense. But I do think it's when the dogma comes in. Dogma makes people mean. It makes them anxious if you start to deviate from the dogma, because dogma is easier. It's easier to know what you know and never deviate from that. And I think when people, it's almost like, it kind of is like, you know, when I was a little kid and was in Catholic school.
She broke up, but she said, when I was a little kid and I was in Catholic school, and then she ran out of the room.
Never mind. Okay, and if you would ask questions about the dogma, my dogs are barking to dogma, which is hilarious, that, you know, you would get sort of shut down very quickly. People don't want questions about dogma. They just want you to answer. There's only only certain answers that are right. So what is triangle for? Well, you're here to learn. It's for this, this, and that. And anything else is like, you know, undercutting my knowledge and authority and makes me upset. Not me personally, but the dogmatic one.
I think it's funny that anyone thinks they have authority over anyone else. Like, get authority over yourself. It's not even authority over yourself, because that just sounds like a head fuck. But it's like, just know yourself. Get to know yourself. Let everybody else get to know themselves.
Just calm down. Like, calm down.
Try to have a good time. So this is what I I looked at the calendar yesterday. Yesterday was Friday, and a week from yesterday is Christmas Day, which is a very big celebration around town and around my family. It's not really a huge celebration. It's kind of a big celebration. My mom said, "Oh, I mailed you a package. You can put it under your lights or your tree or whatever you do." Because I sent her a picture of the poster and she thought I should put my packages under my poster. I think that's really adorable. Anyway.
It's Hannah's birthday according to the chat. So happy birthday, Hannah. That's so cute.
Yeah. Are you serious? I don't even read those chats. I better look. Oh, hi, Sachimo.
Yeah, Gina, I was kind of kidding when I sent my phone out because Kathy made that joke and I was like, I'll take some tips anyway.
Nice. Hannah, it is your birthday. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday. Wow. I hope you get to eat anything you want. Maybe get a massage, maybe a hot bath, hot chocolate.
I'm actually very excited. I get to see my best friend and we are going for a hike. So we're going to be outside, but I haven't seen her since February. And her birthday is today too. So she's like my soul sister, birthday twin.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm really
Good.
excited. Thank you, everybody.
We'll all like sip a cup of tea or a cup of hot chocolate or a cup of coffee or find something yummy to eat in your honor today. This will be like the ongoing party. Okay, does anyone else have any questions or comments? Happy birthday, Hannah. I love you. I love you all. Thank you for coming.
Happy birthday, Hannah.
Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you, Thank you, Bill. Thank you,
Thank you,
Maria.
Kathy.
Maria. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Maria.
Asking Sarah, is the lecture tomorrow night again? Oh, okay, good.
I should have said that. Shit. I meant to remember that. I did remember it at one point, and then I forgot it again.
Okay, well, I'll post it.
I was going to say I'll post it up on the story.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcel. I've never seen Marcel other than on Instagram. There he is. Please come meet Marcel. Oh my God, is he cute?
Wait
Oh
a
my
second.
God.
Come
He's part Aussie, right?
Happy, come here. Come here, Hap. Come here.
Oh, he's so adorable.
This is Marcel, and that's Happy. And Happy really likes to have carry things around in her mouth.
Yeah, it's a retriever thing.
Today she has a rag.
Oh, and there's Jackson. Oh, it's a dog party. Oh, that's so good. Yay. Here, I'll do a command shift 4. That does it. Okay, back at a little screenshot, I think.
Oh, yay.
Awesome.
All right, well, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yay.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
All right. I love you both.
Love you.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.